to explain how to analyze a statistical batting sheet spreadsheet. First off, I'm just going to explain what each component of it means, starting with games. That's the games throughout the season, and in this example we have 10. PA stands for plate appearances, and that is how many times a batter comes up to bat. AB stands for at-bats, and normally they will be the same amount as plate appearances, except unless a batter walks or commits a sac fly or sac bunt, because those do not count as at-bats, but they do count as plate appearances. H stands for hits. RBI stands for runs batted in, which is when a batter scores another runner that is currently on base. Either by they could walk them in, if bases are loaded and the batter walks, that still counts as an RBI. He could sac fly, which is when a runner scores when a batter pops it up to the outfield and the runner tags up after the outfielder catches the ball and makes it home before thrown out. HR stands for home runs, and that is when a batter hits the ball over the outfield fence and he automatically scores, and so does every runner that is already on base. SO stands for strikeouts, and that is when a batter commits 3 strikes, which he is then out without putting the ball in play. BB stands for walks, and that is when a batter earns four balls, is pitched 4 balls, and he gets an automatic base, and he is allowed to go to first base without putting the ball into play. So going through those statistics, this can be an important measure to a player's performance and could help the coach better determine which batter he should have in his lineup, and it also gives an overall performance to how the player has been performing throughout the season. There are 2 more statistical measures that are pretty important. The first is batting average, which is the number of hits divided by the number at bats. And this is an very important measure because this is how many times a runner reaches base from putting the ball into play through his number at bats. And for the MLB, a very good batting average is anything above 300, and so the 300 is measured by times 1,000. So normally it would be a percentage point, but you times that by 1,000 to measure the batting average. That's just how it's always been measured before. And as specified before, a batting average above 300 is very good in the MLB. The average of batting average in the MLB is around 250, which is getting a hit every 4 at bats, which is still very hard to do in the MLB and is very good. Players that can do that normally play for around a decade or so, maybe usually longer if they stay healthy. Another measure that is a little bit better indication of how many times a batter reaches base safe is the on-base percentage, and that takes, instead of just being hits divided by at-bats as the batting averages, this takes into account walks and other measures such as hit by pitches and reaching of errors, and this is determined by taking your at-bat or your hits plus walks plus other hit by pitches or reached by an error, which in this case there is not a statistical column for that. And then that is divided by plate appearances and not at-bats. This measure is very good in helping in being a better measure than batting average in determining how many times a runner reaches base safely, because batting average takes into account sac flies and other such measures that do not harm the batting average, so sometimes that can be a little bit better or a little bit worse depending on the case for the batter. But on base percentage is just how many times a runner reaches base divided by the plate appearances, and that is overall just straight up how many times he reaches base. So being able to analyze this spreadsheet of statistics for a batting average or batters for a batter is very important in baseball because it allows someone to see how well they've been doing throughout the season, and it also gives the coach a better understanding of which players have been performing better and will help him create a better lineup for next game and see which batter has been hot and which batter has been cold and let him decide which batter he should place in his lineup. Thank you and have a good day.